to us out of Spanaway, Washington, please welcome Lance Sargent in 33S. Starting in position number 24 from Cedro Woolley, Washington, the Cook Motorsports entry of Trevor Cook. Our 23rd starter comes to us out of Snohomish, Washington. They call him the Panda. The 9R is Reese Getz. Bonnie Lake, Washington, it is car number 15, Jeff Dunlap. Starting position, making his first Summer Nationals AMain event, please welcome the King of Kytrove, Kyle Miller in the 6A. Starting 20th tonight, driving the Ash Family Motorsports, number 57, Jake Helsel. Position number 19 from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Robbie Price. Only female racer to make the field at the Summer Nationals this year from Granite Falls, Washington, starting 18th in the 14B, Bailey Jean Susich.
All right, race fans, we're here with Bailey Jean. Bailey, last night, excellent run. Excellent run. You won your heat race. That automatically puts you into the main. Tonight, you were up against some pretty heavy hitters, and coming out of the turn 2, you got dropped all the way back to 4th. You had to finish 4th to move into the night's AMain. Were you aware that you were having to duel and fight it out with Eric Fisher?
Yes, I was. All of us had a really good run. I messed up my entry going into 1 on the first lap, and that's what made me fall back so far. I think once I got to the top and got the car settled down and just started hitting my marks, it was a great car. Eric got over the cushion just a little bit, which allowed me to squeeze by, which to get back into 4th, which gave me into the A, which was good. But yeah, definitely big hitters in this race, and I'm glad that we made the A both nights.
Well, Eric did everything he could to catch you, including late in the heat race, jumping the cushion and losing a substantial amount of space between the two of you. So congratulations. My next question for you, tonight of course is for all the money, $10,000, 360 Nationals, and it's a 40-lap race. Have you ever ran a 40-lap main before?
Not in a sprint car, I haven't.
So, you got any plans for it, or what do you think?
We'll be starting pretty deep in the field. I think my plan is just to run my marks, wait for some people in the front to shuffle out, because I know there'll probably be a few spin outs, a couple of wrecks. 40 laps is all about patience. Nothing pays except for the last lap, and that's what I'm going to go for.
All right, Bailey. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You bet.
Team car starts in 17th, the previous winner of the Summer Nationals last year from Mill Creek, Washington. This is Cam Smith. Starting position, the 2-time former track champion, now making his home in Early, Washington, car number 66, Barry Martinez. Barry Brothers goes on in position number 15 from Snohomish, car number 91, Chase Getz. 14 starting position back to the failure, 44W. The driver from Lake Stevens, Washington, this is Austin Wheatley. Back from a big crash last night, starting lucky number 13, in car number 56 from Burlington, Washington, Justin Youngquist.
Hey folks, we're here with Justin Youngquist. On preliminary, Justin, you had an automatic berth to the A feature, and then you looped the car going into turns 2, put you into the B. You did get into the A deep in the field, and then you and 2 other cars got together and you went upside down. And what had happened to your hand?
Something happened to my finger. I don't know. I don't know if the steering wheel came back and got it, but I went to have it checked out today and fractured a finger, so I got it taped up. I'm supposed to have a splint on it, but that doesn't work very well with a racing glove. So got it taped up, shoved in a glove, and transferred. I think I'm in the A. I don't really know the format, so I got to go see. We won the heat, so I got to see what happened.
Well, I can tell you that you are in the A. You won.
That's good. That's really.
You won tonight's your heat race. A different story from last night. Which was, you dominated the heat race just like you were dominating last night. Congratulations on that. That does automatically berth you to the A.
Perfect.
So now you're going to be, it's a 40 lap for the money, for the 10 grand. Do you approach it any differently going into 40 laps?
Yeah, I mean, like the way the track was last night, I think it was about lap 19 or so that we wrecked, and there wasn't much left of the left rear tire. So I think I need to be a little more cautious of the tire wear and keeping the car straight, so I'm not going across the slick to try to keep it, you know, a little bit, keep the tire wear down. So it did take rubber last night though, so it's going to hopefully not take rubber, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, I just got to keep the car clean for the first half. We normally try to set the car up for the second half of the race, so we've been doing pretty good with that. It's come alive, like mid-season and stuff. I felt like, you know, getting to lap 15-ish, the car starts to come in a little bit better than the start. So I don't know, I got to see where I start. You do approach it a little bit differently, get a little bit more aggressive, I think, but you know, with that you got to keep your car clean and keep your nose clean. So we'll see what happens. I got to see who's around me, where I start, and just go run the race.
All right, Justin. Well, you have a good run.
Thank you.
You bet.
Our 12th starter also makes his way out of Burlington, Washington. Please welcome in car number 96, Greg Hamilton. Canadian contingent of racers driving the AMain Motorsports car out of Vancouver, BC, and starting with Luke Didia. Track champion Prince in position number 10 tonight. Originally out of Washington, please welcome in car number 59, Eric Fisher. 14
No, couldn't make it, so we got to work out there. Guys.
Making his current home in Bellingham, Washington. From the circus in the canal, it is Brock Lovely. In position number 8. Quick qualifier last night. He goes outside, row number 4 in the car that won last year. The Roots Racing entry out of California. This is Tony Guaralda. Feature winner of the year, including the BBASCS National Tour, the Greenland Night of the Brownfield Classic. Grids in position 7th, a teenager from Raymond, Washington, in car number 8, Devin Warden. 2011 and 2012 goes off in position number 6 tonight. The Cook Motorsports number 22X from Lake City, Washington, Travis Jacobson.
Hi, race fans. We're here with Travis Jacobson. Travis, you had a quiet night on preliminary night. All you did was lock yourself into the top 4. And tonight is a 40-lap race for the money, $10,000. You are a veteran. You've ran these 40-lap races before. Is there any particular way that you handle them?
You got to be there at the end, but on the same note, you can't dilly-dally or waste any time holding back, because these guys are fast and they're going for it every lap. So you really got to push the car without using it up.
So how important is it for you to get a good draw?
I think it's going to be pretty important tonight. Tire management's going to be important tonight. This track's already starting to take rubber, so it's going to be interesting.
All right, Travis. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You bet.
Oh, your ex-girlfriend showed up tonight or what?
2014-2018 Track champion. And last night's feature winner, originally out of Snohomish, Washington, in car number 23, Skagit Seth Bergman. This year's Marvin Smith Memorial winner drives the Roots Racing number 8C. He comes to us out of Clarksburg, California, and he starts in position number 4, Justin Cox.
Good luck, Justin. Thanks for being here.
The all-time winningest racer in Summer Nationals history. He's got 4 of them, the most recent being in 2017 in the Raymond Motorsports number 18 car from Burlington, Washington, Jason Solo.
See you next week.
Former Grace Harbor Racer Track champion, the opening night feature winner in Skagit Speedway, starts on the outside pole. At Quincy, Washington, in car number 3, J.J. Hickle. The defending and 2-time Summer Thunder champ, the 3-time track champion, looking for the biggest win of his sprint car career, drives the Law Motorsports number 33. He makes his home in Marysville, Washington. Tonight, Colson Fourth, American last, $10,000 on the line at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, the Summer National AMain starting grid.
And here we go, race fans, with your 2019 360 Nationals. 26 cars, 40 laps on the pole. Colton Heath outside of Colton, J.J. Hickle, Sowald on the inside row 2, Justin Cox outside row 2. They get the green, and we are racing in your 360 Nationals. Colton Heath makes good his pole, and he is on point as they're going through. Oh, and we have contact going into turn 1, and it collects 2 other cars. Oh my goodness. That was Justin Youngquist who hopped the berm, had contact with the 10L car of Brock Lemley, turned the car around, and unfortunately collected Austin Wheatley in the 44 car and Jake Hessel in the 57. All 3 drivers out of their car, and I'm sure extremely disappointed. We're back to racing. Single file restart. Colton Heath continues on point. As they're 3 wide, sometimes trying to make it 4 wide, into and out of the turns. J.J. Hickle now trying to challenge Jason Sowald. Jason Sowald is in that 2nd spot. Hickle currently in the 3rd spot. Justin Cox running 4th. So far, everybody managing to stay clean. Continues to be Heath on point. Jason Sowald in the 2nd spot. J.J. Hickle in the 3rd spot, but he is being challenged by Justin Cox. And already Colton Heath finds himself getting into traffic. Justin Cox has moved into the 3rd spot. J.J. Hickle down into the 4th spot. And just as I say that, here comes Seth Bergman to move into the 4th spot. J.J. Hickle now in the 5th spot. Up front, it continues to be Heath being chased by the veteran Sowald. Well, Heath is a veteran too. Heath, of course, going for hopefully his biggest race win of his career. Being chased by the 4-time national winner, and we've got a caution. Now, the video is not going to show it, but what happened is we had a car that got up into the cushion, kind of rode the wall a little bit in coming out of turns 2, and was deemed to be going way too slow, and so they threw the caution. Here we go. We're back to live racing. Shot of the 22X in that orange frame, Travis Jacobson. He's running about 6th or 7th at the moment. Oh, once again, tight racing quarters coming in, especially out of the turns. Brock Lemley in the 10L is beginning to make some pretty serious moves out there. He started fairly deep in the field. And of course he was tagged by Justin Youngquist, unfortunately, in the 2nd lap. Up front, there's a shot of the 10L of Brock Lemley as he's beginning to close in on J.J. Hickel, who currently runs in that 5th spot. As we see your leader flash by the 33 of Colton Heath. Oh, and we've got... Oh my goodness, that is Colton Heath. Colton Heath clipped the 14 of Bailey Jean Sucic, and he tragically went over. That car turned over, folks. Oh my goodness, your leader. There's Colton Heath. He's out of the car. You can see the car's on the hook. That is a devastating situation, or a devastating moment for your leader, 33, Colton Heath, who is now officially out of the race. That moves Jason Solwald into the 2nd spot. Into the 1st spot. 2nd spot is Justin Cox. Seth Bergman in the 4th spot. J.J. Hickel in the 5th spot. Brock Lemley in the... I guess he's in the 6th spot. As Brock Lemley now has closed in on both Hickel and Seth Bergman. Solwald continues to show the way, now being challenged by Justin Cox. Justin Cox on the outside, drag race down the backstretch. They're side by side going into turn 1 and 2, and we've got 2 cars that come together and come to a stop, and the caution will fly, and that more than likely saved Jason Solwald's 1st place position. Solwald, Cox, Seth Bergman in the 3rd spot. J.J. Hickel now challenging Seth Bergman on the outside for that 3rd spot. He moves into the 3rd spot, being followed by Brock Lemley. Brock Lemley runs out of room as he tries to get past Hickel on the outside. It doesn't work. He clips the wall, he spins, and a whole gaggle of cars come grinding to a halt. Brock Lemley is maintaining speed, and he's wiggling the car, and folks, he broke some suspension on that car and unfortunately had to retire from the race. We're back to live action. Green flag drops. Solwald continues to show the way. Justin Cox is in that 2nd spot, being chased by the 23 of Seth Bergman. Seth Bergman now putting all kinds of pressure on Justin Cox. J.J. Hickel in that 4th spot, and in the 5th spot, Travis Jacobson. Travis Jacobson now trying to make himself known in that top 5. Put a blanket over the top 3 as Solwald, Bergman, and Justin Cox are fighting it out for that 1st spot. Solwald using the high side, Bergman using the low groove. Justin Cox, he's been running that high side most of the race. He continues to do so. And now Seth Bergman, he slides up the track, and Justin Cox gets up high into the cushion, loses momentum. JJ Hickle has gone by Justin Cox and has moved into the 3rd spot. Justin Cox in the 4th spot now. Meanwhile, Travis Jacobson continues to hold the 5th spot. Up front, it is Jason Sowald, now continuing to be chased by Seth Bergman in that 23 and JJ Hickle in the number 3 in the 3rd spot. Travis Jacobson, he just got dropped down to the 6th spot as Tony Gulata moves into the 5th spot. So right now you got 2 Doug Roots cars in the top 5. Sowald continuing to show the way. And now Sowald is in traffic. In fact, your top 3 cars, top 4 cars, all now beginning to deal with traffic. Sowald continuing to run that high side. That Mike Anderson number 18 car obviously set up for the high side. At least that's my guess. That's certainly where he's running. Seth Bergman continues to use the low groove. JJ Hickle in the 3rd spot. And right now we've got Jason Sowald with about a 10-car length lead over Seth Bergman, while Seth Bergman has about an 8-car length lead over JJ Hickle. However, Justin Cox is right on that back Nerf bumper bar of JJ Hickle. Seth Bergman down the back stretch. Sowald may have increased that gap slightly to maybe a good 10, maybe 12 car length lead. Of course, in sprint car racing, that can be a blink of an eye. Sowald continuing to run that high side. Puts that right rear on that cushion and just continues to motor his way around Skagit Speedway. Now we're beginning to see signs, however, that Seth Bergman is beginning to cut that gap down between himself and Sowald. And Justin Cox just got by JJ Hickle. Justin Cox moves back into that 3rd spot. Tony Gulata continues to run in the 5th spot. Wow. Travis Jacobson continues to run in that 6th spot. Here's your leader, Jason Sowald, as we pick him up, and you can see that Seth Bergman is now probably within about maybe 6 car lengths lead as he continues to use the low side. However, here comes Justin Cox on the outside, and he's beginning to dramatically close the gap between himself and Seth Bergman in that 2nd spot. Once again, here we go. Your top 3 going at it again. Jason Sowald continuing to hold them off, however, as the race continues to get extremely intense for that 1st spot. Seth Bergman now has closed within 2 car lengths of Jason Sowald as Justin Cox looks to the outside trying to get around Seth Bergman. And Justin Cox loops the car and comes to a stop coming out of turn 3, brings out the caution, and if you look closely, folks, something let go in that engine because there's a whole bunch of fluid coming out of that car. We've got 2 laps to go, folks. 2 laps to go. It's a 2-lap shootout. Jason Sowald on point, Seth Bergman 2nd, JJ Hickle 3rd, Gulata 4th. Green flag drops. We're racing for $10,000. 1 more lap to go. Sowald on point as JJ Hickle uses the outside, blows by Seth Bergman on the outside. JJ Hickle eats up Jason Sowald Hickel out of turn 4, and JJ Hickel from 3rd on the restart wins your 2019 360 Nationals. Oh my goodness, what a race. JJ Hickel wins. Jason Sowald in the 18 in the 2nd spot. 23, Seth Bergman in the 3rd spot. The 8R and Tony Galuda in the 4th spot. In the 5th spot, the young man, the number 8 of Devin Borden. In the 6th spot, the number 59 of Eric Fisher with a good comeback run. And Travis Jacobson in the 22X in the 7th spot. Robbie Price in the 21 and 8th. Luke Didiak in the 9A in the 9th spot. And the 6A of Kyle Miller in the 10th spot. Folks, hang on, because we're going to have a post-race interview with Caleb and JJ Hickel.
Out of the car, and the winner. You were 3rd on the restart, and you had the cojones to go to the high side and just hang her all out. What were you thinking, and what were you feeling as you, JJ Hickel, just won 10 grand?
Oh man, you know, when you're in 3rd, you gotta let it all hang out. You know, I seen those guys go to the bottom. My only opportunity, and I just drove it as hard as I could and held on. Man, that thing sucked. Those guys gave me an awesome card. God, there you have it.
And it should be. It was a challenging early portion of the race for you. You faded backwards a little bit, some guys got by you. You kept digging, and it seemed like the car got better and better.
Yeah, you know, in the red, I knew we were struggling, but I told our guys, I said, I think we got something for them. I just gotta hit my marks, you know. Our car was good all night, and then just kept digging and made a few adjustments on the red, and just made it happen, man. I'm so happy. Those things that in front of me are the best in the Northwest, and I'm honored to be them.
And you did. You beat them. They didn't make a mistake. You drove around them. You're never a guy who's really lacking for confidence in this thing, but man, how good does it feel to be the winner of the Summer Nationals?
Man, this is as good as it gets. I got hurt here a few years ago, and I've wanted to win this one ever since, and it feels good, man. You can't describe it. Nothing better.
What's 10G going to do for the racing account?
Get us back to even.
There you go, buddy. Well, the boss has the stuff. I'm going to step aside. I'll give you the mic.
JJ, I've watched the race a long time. I'll tell you what, sometimes not leading has got its advantages. You saw those guys race each other hard, you saw a place to go, and I never seen anybody run around the top so hard like you did the last 3 laps. But congratulations, you worked hard. I got a check here for $10,000. You earned it, you deserve it. Thank you very much. This is an awesome show. We appreciate you putting it on.
Pictures taken in victory lane. He's got the big check, he's got the big trophy, and the party in Nickel Camp is going to be epic tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner